Yeah, but Josh, it is such a good question because I've done a ton of media around this book. And often I will hear from somebody who said, I had never heard of James Baldwin before we got your book in the mail. And, there's a part of me that's just appalled. It's like, what? You hadn't heard of what, James Cone or, Martin Luther King? Um, but Baldwin is, first, he is one of our most important American writers. And as a lifelong baseball fan, I kind of think of it in the way that we think about the greatest players of all time. Like they're five tool players. You know, so like in baseball, we talk about somebody who can hit for average, who can throw, who can hit for power. All these other things. Baldwin wrote great novels. He wrote plays that were produced on Broadway. He was a critic. He was an essayist, and he was somebody who looked at America and said, I'm gonna be a witness to what I see, and I'm gonna tell the truth about it. And you're not necessarily gonna like that truth because truth can be hard. But that is my calling. And so Baldwin is somebody that we should all know because he is a significant American writer. In the same way that I don't think we should talk about Spike Lee as a black filmmaker. Like James Baldwin is not a black writer or a gay writer. He's just one of our greatest writers. And I often say that the first 7 pages of James Baldwin's The Fire Next Time, which 60 years ago spent like 42 weeks on the bestseller list. James Baldwin was like one of the best known people in America. He was on the cover of Time. He was in Life magazine. But those first 7 pages of The Fire Next Time are as good as any 7 pages ever written by an American writer, and they preach. And so, for those of our listeners, viewers who don't know who James Baldwin is, that's my good brief introduction. He's an essential voice in American literature, in American culture, and in American history, because he was a civil rights advocate and activist. And all of that grew out of his faithful witness to pay attention to what was going on in the world and to try and tell the truth about it.